Get your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.
You can make formula fields which display the results of a running total versus simply showing the results tabulated at the end of a record grouping. You create these fields within the Field Explorer pane just as you would any other type of formula field. These fields function in much the same way as a summary field functions. However, you have a greater amount of control over how the calculation is performed and when the calculated value is reset. To create a running total field, click on the Running Total Fields entry within the Field Explorer pane. Then click the New button in the toolbar at the top of the Field Explorer pane to launch the Create Running Total Field dialog box. You use this dialog box to name the field and set its calculation properties. In the Running Total Name text box, you can type a name for the running total field. Next, in the Summary section, you select which field's values to calculate. Click on the field to summarize within the Available Tables and Fields list at the left side of the dialog box, and then click the right pointing arrow button in the middle of the dialog box to move the selected field into the Field to Summarize text box to the right. Then use the Type of Summary drop-down to select what type of summary calculation to perform over the chosen field. In the Evaluate section, you can set the parameters under which the calculation will be performed for the selected field's values. You can select the For Each Record option to calculate the chosen function for every record within the report. You could also choose the On Change of Field option to calculate a value based on the change to the value shown in another field. If you do choose that option, then click on the field to use for the changing values within the Available Tables and Fields list at the left side of the dialog box, and then click the right pointing arrow button to move it into the On Change of Field text box shown at the right side. You could also use the On Change of Group option button in the Evaluate section to evaluate the selected field on the change of a grouped value. If you choose this option, then select which group's values you want to use from the drop-down to the right of the On Change of Group label. You can also select the Use a Formula option button and then click the X+2 button to invoke the formula editor. In the formula editor, you can create a formula that, when evaluated and found to be true, will then perform the selected calculation of the chosen field. This is very handy for creating conditional running sum fields. So for example, if you want to sum the amount sold field, where the order country field was equal to the value of USA, you could set that up as the condition under which the field would be added. The result then would be the sum of all the sales from the USA. Then in the Reset section, you can choose under which conditions the running total will be reset back to 0. If you select Never, the field's values will never be set back to 0 within the report. You can also select the On Change of Field button and then select a field within the Available Tables and Fields list and then click the right pointing arrow button to add it to the field on the right. You can also choose the On Change of Group option here, and then select by which group's changing values you want to reset the running total back to 0 from the drop-down menu that appears. You can also select the Use a Formula option button and then click the X+2 button to the right to invoke the formula editor, where you can create a condition that, when met, will reset the value of the running total field back to 0. Now, once you've set the desired attributes of the running total field, simply click the OK button in the Create Running Total Field dialog box. The field that you just created will then be displayed within the Field Explorer pane. You can then insert it into your report just as you would any other type of field.
Like what you see? Pick up your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.